Greetings and salutations, my friends, and welcome to the round table for Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross.
Kiri Hester.
Johnny Payne.
Connor Shenold.
Brooke Bullock.
Aiden Cross.
Kimberly Cross.
And if it sounds weird,
We are
Which it does.
We're in a fishbowl.
we are, okay, and here's the thing, so we're going to be talking about episodes 44, 45, 46, 47. However, we're just about to record 48, 49, and 50. We are in the newsroom at KOSU because KOSU is getting ready for the membership drive. It is currently September 10th. And so we are in the newsroom because the studio where we record is taken up by phones and stuff like that. So if the next few episodes sound a little weird, 48, 49, 50, that's why.
And while we're talking about this, make sure to support KOSU, our sponsor.
That's right.
You know, and as like a warlock, sometimes you have to pay the patron for certain things. That's what we're doing right now. So
Yes. But we're very excited. It's just, I don't know what it's going to sound like once I finally get through with editing. So it might sound totally normal. It might not change at all. But
we might upgrade you from demigod of Foley to like full-blown deity.
if I can actually
If you can
fix
take care of
this
this echo, that'd be awesome. At this point, if it happened, no one will know what we're talking about. They'll be like, it sounds fine. I don't understand.
I'm
Everything's
sure
fine.
it'll be fine.
So we did get through 44, 45, 46, 47, and I want to talk about those. But before I talk about that, this will be dropping in early October, coming up at the end of October on Sunday at the Blue Note in Oklahoma City on the 23rd Street corridor. Come by and see us on that Sunday. We are doing it again, Bruncheons and Dragons. Now, if you missed the last one, we have had a lot of people say they regretted missing the last one. So come out to this. It's going to be the Red Dirt players along with Mark Coffrin as our DM. And this one is titled You Meet in a Tavern. Also titled The Audience Strikes Back.
It is going to be so awesome. We've been talking about it on Plausible Deniability. I don't know that I've seen Mark Coffrin as excited about something as he is about this.
And that scares me.
And that bodes very ill for the people that are going to be on the stage and very wonderful for the audience. It is going to be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Come out to the Blue Note.
As we've started looking at some of the things that Mark is coming up with.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's going to be phenomenal, and you don't want to miss it.
We
It
are
is
all
going to be a
going
lot
to
of fun.
die.
So that's going to be October 29th. That'll be the last Sunday of October. So also, so close to Halloween, feel free to come dressed up as your favorite D&D character.
I certainly will.
Yeah, everyone's going to be dressed up, so come on down because it's going to be a lot of fun. That, again, is on 23rd Street. Starts about noon and runs to about 3 o'clock because they got to get ready for some jazz that evening.
Sweet.
Come check us out at the Blue Note. It is going to be absolutely fantastic, and we are looking forward to everyone being there. So, episodes 44, 45, 46, 47, we finally make it to the party.
Yay! I finally have
What could go wrong?
We
a
got
reason
in.
for why you guys dressed up.
We got in so easily. Like she didn't even look at our invitations that closely.
I did actually think that maybe there was something special about the invitations, but fortunately there wasn't. It was just how it looked. Which I guess makes sense because otherwise I'm sure it wouldn't.
Well, depending on what you guys do is what might come up about those invitations.
Oh.
Talk more about that.
Feel free to give us
Elaborate.
secrets and all the clues that we might need.
Just for the audience.
Yeah, I guess I can tell this one. So, Orabos hand wrote every single invitation.
Cute. Because he did put the, we were told that he put the magic on them that made him slap Billy in the face.
However, your guys, he did not write, and he does not know you. So
Right.
he kind of knows that you guys aren't supposed to be here.
Crashers. We're crashers.
We think we can just nail this.
We've crashed his party,
Yeah.
and now we're asking him and his fiance a lot of very impolite questions.
Very, very personal, impolite questions. And so
You guys act
that's
like
why
that.
he was kind of, when you guys were pressing that later on in 47, he was like, your good standing here depends on my generosity.
Do you think maybe, I don't know, maybe it has something to do with because his deity is basically a luck deity. It's like if these people were lucky to get in here, they must be here for a reason.
Yeah.
Ceos must have set them up. So because I believe in this luck deity, I'm allowing you to be here.
And that's why he said fate or luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that line. It
love
really
that
jumped out when
moment.
I
Yeah.
re-listened to it.
So he kind of does feel that Ceos had some hand in you guys making your way in here.
Yeah, and I love the way of getting up there. I know we talked about this a little bit more last round table because that was where it ended. But the idea of using the flute to create these butterflies that brings, what was the thought process there?
I know I mentioned this in the last round table, but it was really wanting to incorporate things that I feel is more fae in nature. And so I really liked Aiden's Skyland idea. And I really had to think of a way that you guys could get up there that still felt very magical, very native to the fae, and something you just wouldn't see everywhere. And so I just came up with basically a hot air balloon, but instead of a balloon, it's actually quote unquote manned by levitation butterflies.
And we all found this freakishly suspicious because listen, if you just gotta run to the corner store and you gotta do a whole flock of butterflies just to get up and down and see, there's gotta be a back door for the service entrance.
And then also, what do you do when you don't have that person to man
what if
the-
Daisy's taking a nap?
Right.
Or dead.
Dun,
dun, dun.
I like to think of her as just taking a nap.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a moment.
Yeah.
Probably in the Patreon version of this. But yeah, so we get up there, and I do love the fact we got to the foyer, and there's a curtain there. And okay, just whenever you're ready, just go on in. And immediately Billy went, "You mean no one's going to announce us?"
Yeah.
He feels very important. He's become a little big-headed.
Yeah. This possum has
If
gotten.
it was just your regular standard ball, you would probably have been introduced by your titles. But seeing as this is for the engagement party of the dude,
Right.
We don't want to
You guys aren't
upstage
that
the groom.
I do like how Billy became one of those people who learned something new, and so while laying in bed the night before, just Wikipedia's there.
I must do research.
So I'm going to a fancy party. Oh, we're going to be announced, and there's going to be valet parking.
I have to know how to act.
The host will change outfits 3 times during the course of the evening.
Yeah. So and I do. So we do go in, and there's. How many people would you say? 50, 60 people in there?
Yeah, probably about 50, 60.
And
somewhere
there's
around
5 people we could talk to.
Yeah.
You know how it is. You don't
Hey,
want to spin on
they're
commoners.
very interesting people.
Yes. Well, and I thought that Johnny put it. It's just talk to the people at the exclamation point above.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you go into a video game and there's a crowd of people, but only like 5 of them.
Yeah. I mean, I could have made thousands more NPCs, but we'd be here even longer than we already are going to be.
Yeah. Well, that is the boring part of when you go play Zelda and you can talk to everybody. It's like, okay, should I talk to everybody? But if you don't, you're gonna miss something. So
Yeah.
maybe something important. So
And
you're talking to every person.
Yeah. So I was like, let's just keep it to basically a handful plus Orobos and Lady J. So it's not super overwhelming, all the information that you have to keep track of for these NPCs. Because you guys should be writing notes.
Yes.
I have
That
pages.
Kiri is writing notes.
I have a page for each of them. They each have pages, and red means lies. And Lady J has lots of red on her page.
Red means alive.
How many NPCs are there? I don't even.
So we've got Lady J, Duke Orobos, General Colane, Rondura Green, Whitaker, Marquis Abzul, and Lewin.
And
Those are all our
don't. Oh yeah,
Daisy
you
partners
said.
that we had the great
Yeah,
line.
these are all of the exclamation point people,
exclamation
plus Daisy, but
Well,
we can't talk
Yeah.
to her.
I don't think you stabbed herself.
Daisy's tell no tales.
There's no soul, Aiden. I don't think
Oh,
it
that's
works.
true. Yeah.
There you go.
And
I
then,
wrote
of
about
course, there's Mallory, but where like she's not one
She's
of
just
the,
there for plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's your support character. In the Nancy Drew PC game, she is the person you can call for a hint.
Right.
There's a Nancy Drew PC.
Oh, girl, we
Yeah.
don't have time for
I
that.
didn't even know.
We don't have time. There's a whole series.
Wait, there's
not going
like a Nancy Drew RPG game?
It's a whole series, guys.
It's like a
I've
video
been playing
game,
these.
isn't it?
Oh, video game. Okay, I was
talks
thinking.
about
all the
PCs.
time.
Oh, okay, I was thinking the
okay.
role playing game.
Way to listen to Kiri.
No, but I thought we were talking about a role playing, an
PC.
actual
I mean,
role playing
no.
game, tabletop role playing game.
Oh
No.
That
it's
would
not
be
a
cool.
TTRPG.
Somebody needs to get to that.
I mean,
think
we're
it-
kind of doing that.
Yes.
Billy is Nancy Drew.
Okay.
He's gonna solve the crime.
No, remember
right.
Billy is Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey.
yes.
He had
Yes.
to discard his fake name because it wasn't on the invitation. He had to go
Right.
back to his real
It
name.
has to be Billy. So we finally do get to the thing was Mallory. We introduced this person named Mallory. I'm like Mallory, and they're like, oh, Mallory, yeah.
So funny.
It was very funny. I had forgotten that happened until I listened to the outtakes. And I was like, oh yes, this is
Because I totally forgot who that was. Like, oh yeah,
very important. Rook specifically told you to seek her out.
right. And yes, it's a great character to have that we can go to and go, okay, this is where we're figuring out where are you at on what you're figuring out.
She's a great tool for the DM to say
Yes.
she's going to deal with all of the non-exclamation point NPCs
Yep.
off screen.
But she also gave us the lore drop about the Scarlet Thorns
And the Golden Vipers.
and the Golden
And the
Vipers.
Showrunner.
The evil,
The evil showrunner.
fun destroying soul.
That outtake is so
Great
good.
outtake.
Hey, Johnny.
It only has one vocabulary word. No.
It's like when you started doing that, Johnny, I was like, I wonder how many people other than Aiden and Kiri think that I had roped you in on this and just didn't tell anybody else.
We'll never tell.
Yeah, it was a great way to get information, and also for the DM, it's a great tool for here's the next level of your quest that you need to go to, so that we can move on.
Yeah.
Go upstairs. I'll deal with all this down here.
Exactly.
I played this MMO. Under this quest line.
Yeah. I mean, all video games were based on all the RPG video games were D&D.
Yeah,
It
so-
came
100%.
from
Let me
Dungeons
just
and
randomly
Dragons.
jump around here. EverQuest, if you ever read the history of it, they were computer nerds who knew how to make program and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was their D&D game. If you look at some of the maps from the original edition of EverQuest, they will show the maps they used in their game. It's the same map. They
Very
just
awesome.
basically,
Yeah.
they're like, well, we don't have the rights to D&D, so let's call it EverQuest.
EverQuest,
And,
yeah. Well, and even before video games, the Weiss and Hickman Kryn novels were actual D&D games that they played.
Yep.
And adapted them to the books.
100%.
So, the tabletop role playing has really influenced all of what we know today as modern day gaming, whether it's video or tabletop. It's because of Dungeons and Dragons.
And we all know that Baldur's Gate just dropped.
Yeah. Are you guys having fun with Baldur's Gate 3?
150
It's fun.
hours.
I haven't played it.
150 hours.
So cheaper. 60 of those are early access hours. So only about 100 are actual hours I've had since it came out. I have a problem.
And yet,
I don't blame you.
One more thing on the topic of video games before we go on, and I keep forgetting this. This is a great piece of information. On Steam, if you're a PC user, on Steam you can get all the old SSI D&D games.
Very cool.
Like the whole
nice.
Forgotten Realms series, all 9 of them. All the Dragonlance stuff. The old.
You know what else you can get on
Pool of
Steam?
Radiance.
Pool of
Dragonlance.
Radiance. Awesome.
Nancy Drew.
You can also get all of the Nancy Drew PC games on Steam.
It all comes back.
I think somebody needs to come up with like a Nancy Drew Hardy Boys tabletop role playing
It
game.
probably exists. We just haven't heard of it yet.
Yeah.
Because
Everything
There's
has
some
RPG.
small TTRPG game like
that's true. We could
like
probably
some
just
small
Google
company
it.
that made
And somebody's made a. If not,
Do that,
Do it
please.
now.
let us know about it. We'll
Don't ask
advertise that
permission.
on Red Dirt DnD.
Don't worry about a lawsuit. Just do it.
It's not Nancy Drew. It's Dancy New.
That's right. The Barty. No, you can't do that.
Barty
Oh,
Hoys.
the Barty Boys would be
The
hilarious.
Barty Boys.
They're all bards.
The Barty
Oh my God.
Boys.
Oh my god!
Amazing.
An entire party of bards.
Search the manor.
I mean, Clue isn't not that.
That is true. That is true. And we...
Or like murder mystery party.
Speaking of
Clue.
Clue,
Yeah.
we will talk about Clue on the other side of the Patreon break because it's been 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
So if you want to know more how about Clue is tied into our show, well, you need to become a Patreon member right now. And you can do that very easily by going to patreon.com/RedDirtDnD or search Red Dirt DnD on Patreon. It helps us pay for things like going to events. Like we just got back from MiracleCon just a few weeks ago. When we go to SoonerCon next year and TokenCon, that's what helps pay for this so we can go out and make new fans. Before we leave, we want to say a big thank you to everyone as we hit 100,000 downloads.
Hooray!
It is amazing as I go out and I talk to people to be able to say, we have hit 100,000 downloads. Not all podcasts can do that. Certainly not all actual play podcasts can say that. And I was out at a Barnes & Noble, had my Dirt DnD shirt on. Woman said, hey, you play, I like your shirt. I said, do you play? She said, yes. I said, do you listen to podcasts? She says, yes, I do. I listen to, I won't say the name. And then I said, well, you should listen to ours. And so I told her about Red Dirt DnD. She pulled out her phone, immediately put it down, subscribe to it. So
nice.
Tell people about when you're out playing D&D, when you're out talking about D&D, because we all want to talk about D&D. Let everyone know about Red Dirt D&D. See if we can get to 200,000 much faster. So,
One of my guys in my regular group texted me and said somebody in my other group, his Tuesday night group, plugged your podcast and gave me this, and it was one of our D20s. And I was like, did you tell them that you know me? And he's like, yeah, I did.
and I happen to know Kiri.
I'm actually like friends. I've killed her character a couple times.
So that's going to do it for us. We're going to go to the full version of our Patreon version right now. Make sure that you subscribe at patreon.com/RedDirtDnD or search for Red Dirt DnD on patreon.com. We're going to the long version of the roundtable right now.